late at night, so I apologize if I look super tired because I am, but I had a ton of ground cherries that I needed to get processed, and this dog over here will not stop barking at everything. It's midnight and she is just barking her head off, barking my head off, giving me a headache. Okay, anyway, I am processing these ground cherries because we're going to make some more ground cherry jam. And I just wanted to tell you about this ground cherry jam recipe that I came up with. It is so awesome. The first time I made this, I made it with 4 cups of ground cherries and 1 cup of sugar, and it was super sweet. Now, if you've ever made jam, that's actually very low sugar compared to most jam recipes. So the next time I made it, I actually had 8 cups of ground cherries, and I thought, let me go ahead and try it with just the 1 cup of sugar and see how it turns out. And it was awesome. It was just perfect, perfect. So this time I'm in the middle of removing the husks from a ton of ground cherries right now. So I'm going to see how many cups I have. But what I'm figuring is that I only need a 1/4 cup of sugar per 2 cups of ground cherries is the way that I'm kind of estimating it. Yeah, so a 1/4 cup of sugar for every 2 cups of ground cherries. So if I come up with 8 cups of ground cherries again, I'll just do a cup of sugar. But if I only have 4 cups of ground cherries, then I'll do a 1/2 cup of sugar. But this is a super, super simple recipe, so easy to can and everything. So I'm going to take you along on the whole process. So let me show you what I'm working with. So first, we're going to husk all of these ground cherries, and then I'm going to show you exactly how we make the jam, and then we will get it all canned. And make sure you stay tuned to the very end because we have a guest appearance of someone very special that's going to try ground cherries for the very first time. I think you guys are really going to like this one. I'm also going to show you what else I'm working on tonight, and I think you're going to enjoy that as well. Okay, guys, I've been telling you about my ground cherry jam, and tonight I've got another 4 cups of ground cherries. I had tossed these in the freezer the other day just because I didn't have time to do them at that moment. So I got these out maybe 2 hours ago and just had them out on the counter, trying to kind of defrost them a little bit. But let me show you how very, very simple this is. Just use a little, not little, but your like pot, and a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. I've never made these from frozen before, so it may take a little bit longer from frozen. I usually just make them fresh. But this is all we need to begin with, is just the ground cherries and the lemon juice, okay? And while those are starting to heat up a little bit, I will show you. Now, last time I made some, I had these little pint canisters like this, and I had 8 cups of the ground cherries, and it made 2 of these, and then it made 1 of these, which I didn't like can it properly. It was just a leftover jar that I just stuck in my refrigerator for personal use. The others I'm trying to create as I have the ground cherries and set them back for Christmas gifts. But this one, you can see it's almost all gone, so that's why I need to make some more. But today, since I only have 4 cups, there may only be enough for 1 of these and then to top my personal jar back up. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But I've mentioned before that the first time I did this, I did 4 cups of ground cherries with 1 cup of sugar, and it was super sweet. I mean, it was delicious, but it was very sweet. So the next time I thought, let me see if I could do half, and I could always add more sugar later if I need to. And I just kind of kept testing it as I was cooking. And that next time I had 8 cups of ground cherries, so I thought, let me just try that with the 1 cup of sugar again. And it turned out fantastic. And that's what this batch was. And you can tell it was, I think when I filled it up, it was about up to here. So that was about a month ago. So I've been eating it. I make an almond flour, one of those 90-second almond flour biscuit things. I make those every couple of days, cut it in half, and then half of it. So it makes 2 servings, but half, I cut those halves in half to make a little biscuit that I can then toast in the toaster. And then I put a little bit of my Kerrygold butter on there, and then a little bit of the ground cherry jam. And oh, it's so delicious, guys. So delicious. So today, since we're back to having 4 cups of ground cherries again, we're going to try this with a half a cup of sugar, which is going to be the same thing as when we made the 8 cups with a full cup of sugar. So I'm just these will eventually start kind of popping. And the great thing about this too is see how some of these are, let me bring you in closer. Some of these, oh, Sadie, sorry guys about the dog. I cannot control that. She sees her own reflection and goes ballistic. So anyway, see how many of these are green? Those, eating them raw can give you an upset stomach. And so this is a great way to use up even your green ones, because when you cook them, it reduces the toxicity in them. So maybe when I'm editing this video, maybe what I'll do is while these are cooking, I can show you the previous footage of when I was husking these the other day. And then I just stuck them in the freezer because it took a long time to husk them. And by the time I got done, it was very late. I was making wine that night too. So by the time I got to a good stopping point, it was too late to start messing with making the actual jam. But the cool thing about this jam is that, first of all, it doesn't take long. It only takes about 30 minutes to make. And it's such few ingredients. So you saw 4 cups of ground cherries, a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice, and the only other ingredient is this half a cup of sugar. This today might take a little bit longer just since we're cooking them from frozen. Might take a little bit longer than my previous batches. Because by now, typically they're starting to burst at this point. So I'm guessing, I'm trying to see if, yeah, I'm having a hard time pressing onto them. So they must still be cold. There goes one. Cold in the center, probably. Okay, look at these guys. See, now this is where you want it. See how they are really sizzling. Oh, this is the best stage, guys. It starts smelling like you are baking something amazing in your house. You would not think that that's just the smell of some ground cherries and some lemon juice, because it smells like some baked pie or something. Every single time I make it, I'm shocked by the smell, because it doesn't just makes me crave like blueberry pie or something. It smells like a baked good for real. Okay, so you saw what I did there, right? I just sprinkled the sugar in, and we're gonna bring this back up to a boil. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? At my house, I usually keep a spoon in the freezer at all times for jam making, and I forgot I'm not at my house. So let me go put one in here real quick. Okay, so if I let this come back up to a pretty vigorous simmer like it was, those ground cherries will really start popping again. I seriously wish you could smell this though. It's such a delicious smell. See, we are only at 14 minutes, 15 minutes in. I'm sure as I edit this back, I'm going to speed some parts up, but at this moment from the time I started this video, it's only been 15 minutes. So that tells you how long it took me to get to this stage. And all we've got to do, guys, is just get this to the stage where it's starting, where the ground cherries are starting to burst and it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Now, the first time I made this, I let it cook a little longer than I should have, so it made a super thick jam, and it still tasted good, but like it wasn't spreadable very much. See how this one is a lot more spreadable? So I learned with that first batch not to cook it quite as long because I wanted it to be able to spread. So the last time I made it, it came out perfect. So that is what I want to show you. So while these are cooking, I can show you what else I have been working on. These will be separate videos, but I'll be sharing these very soon. But we've been making some different wines. Oh yeah. Okay, so enough time has passed. I could go ahead and I'm gonna let those kind of simmer until they start popping. I've got some yeast here because we're working on this batch of wine. I just started this one tonight, and I'll show you the others that I've been working on here in just a moment. Let me you see Sadie over there? You're on TV, Sadie. Okay, here, wait. There we go. Okay. 71.7. This one is 68.1. So yeah, I just wanted it to be within 10 degrees of one another. So we are gonna add this yeast starter into here. And again, this is a whole different video. I've got the entire process from beginning to end, and that'll be out soon. So once it is out, I'll come back and link it up in the right-hand corner, and I'll link it at the end of this video as well if you're interested in how we're making these wines. So there's the lid. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let me check on my ground cherries. Okay, they're still looking good. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put an airlock on this guy. Sorry, I'm looking through the camera lens instead of at what I'm actually doing. So, okay, so I will, I'm gonna go set these in a dark closet for now, set this in a dark closet for now, and then we will check it tomorrow, but you'll see that on a separate video. In the meantime, I can take you in here to see the others that will be on that video. They are currently at their cold stratification stage. And we've got, so the ones that we made with our homegrown blackberries, those are still at my house because it is at the clearing stage. So those are at home, and I'm at my mom and dad's house right now. So this is Welch's grape juice, and this is apple juice. So apple wine, grape wine, and then we've got blackberry wine at home. And then that one over there is a berry blend. So if you've ever made any other jams, let me know. If you've made other jams, what does your favorite recipe call for as far as fruit to sugar ratio? I know there's other jams that I've made in the past that it called for like 8 cups of fruit and 10 cups of sugar. And so, I think, oh my goodness, I think for a regular jam recipe, it's pretty common that you add in more sugar than what you have fruit. And so when I realized, sorry about her barking. Oh my gosh. Sadie, come here. So when I realized that I could do 8 cups of the fruit and only need 1 cup of sugar, I was just blown away by that. And it's plenty sweet. I mean, plenty sweet. So can you guys see like how much liquid is in there? And I didn't add, but just, about 2 tablespoons of the lemon juice and then a half a cup of sugar. And so see how, I mean, it's very liquidy, right? Which is fine because as it continues cooking down, that liquid will cook down, but it'll thicken up. Oh, it smells so good. This is thickening up quite a bit, so I think I'm about ready to turn this down. Let it just kind of sit. We're going to let this cool down a little bit, and then we'll test it and see. Okay, so it's been 13 minutes since the 20-minute video, so that would be 33 minutes. So we're sitting at 33 minutes since I started recording, and we're at the stopping point right now. Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect.
Mash it.
Huh? You want to mash it?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yeah. Can I show you how to take the peel off? Good job. Do you see? There you go.
What was that?
Yeah, now you can eat that part. Good job.
What was that?
It's yummy, isn't it? Not so yummy? You don't like it? Is that what you think about ground cherries? Hey Luke, do you like ground cherries? Oh, you're so funny. Tell Papa, say you've been eating lots of yellow tomatoes though, haven't you? Yeah, he's been eating lots of yellow tomatoes.